Welcome back to Living Local. It is time to check in with Movie Mike for what is new in theaters. Mike, of course, appreciate you joining us.
A pleasure as always. Yes.
Yeah. So Mike Schultz is arts and editor for the River City's Readers.
Indeed. Yes.
So we're getting in spooky season.
Yeah.
Okay. We had I think we had what, two? Was it two or just one horror movie last week?
Last week we only talked about one, which was a nice change of pace from the 12 that we've been talking about recently. So.
Yeah, and don't worry, darling, there was a lot of behind the scenes.
There's some drama. Absolutely. This is the one where Harry Styles, had the affair with the director, and the leading lady and the director were fighting, and oh gosh, it was a nightmare. Unfortunately, the social media is way more interesting than the movie itself, which is so too bad. This is the one we talked about last week. It's kind of set in a late 50s, early 60s kind of suburban town in Southern California that seems kind of out of every 50s movie you've ever seen, but it all is a little bit too plastic and a little bit too creepy in a Stepford Wives kind of way. So it has a decentish premise that this woman, played by Florence Pugh, starts thinking something is a little bit too good to be true about this sunny little community. And it turns out there is, but for the first hour and a half, all that basically happens in the movie is Florence Pugh starts getting little hints that something is strange and tells somebody about it, and they say, oh, it's just in your imagination, over and over and over. We in the audience, meanwhile, have known from the start that something is creepy there, and so it's so tedious. It's just basically the same scene played, one after another, and it's not interestingly enough acted by the leads. Florence Pugh has so much personality that she's kind of miscast as this really kind of vacant housewife. Harry Styles is pleasant enough, but doesn't really get to do anything. The movie is, like I was saying, it's not great enough as an entertainment to transcend the social media, and it's not terrible enough to make you enjoy the social media more. It's just, it sits there. Ugh.
Maybe because of this movie, they decided to get all the personality out behind the scenes.
That's quite possible. There's none in the movie. Let's just do it on Facebook.
Maybe that was the whole point of it. Who knows?
Quite possible. Who knows?
All right, so let's go ahead and jump in these two next movies. This one I'm actually kind of excited for.
Yeah.
It's Bros. I've heard about it. It's very interesting.
Bros, yes. It's getting some pretty great reviews. Bros is fascinating because it is one of only 4 rom-coms in history that is actually a gay rom-com, and it stars Billy Eichner. He plays a podcaster in Manhattan who also becomes the curator for an LGBTQ museum that is just opening up, and he falls in love with a banker played by Luke McFarlane, who is kind of a standard bro kind of dude, and Billy Eichner, if you know his comedy So Is Not, and it's basically kind of an opposites attract comedy where they kind of see if they can make their relationship work. It is also notable for being the only, if I'm correct, movie in Hollywood history whose gay protagonists are all played by gay actors. Perfect. So we have Billy Eichner and you have Luke McFarlane. I know Harvey Fierstein is in the movie. I know Dot Marie Jones is in the movie. Bowen Yang from Saturday Night Live. It's got a whole bunch of really famous comedians popping up in cameo roles. We have Deborah Messing, who of course was the female lead in Will and Grace, which is kind of great casting right there. And at the end of the day, it's been a hot minute since we've had any kind of romantic comedy at all. It's been a lot of horror movies, as you well know. Just for the lighthearted change of pace, I'm looking forward to it. Although I'm going to be jealous of everybody's body for 2 solid hours, and that's going to drive me crazy.
I was going to say, I'm just looking, I'm like, man, because I like to lift. So a lot of people, we appreciate, people when they put hard work, and you look at the bodies, it's like, wow.
Yeah, I'm just hating everybody already. So
trust me, that's probably the one down for that movie. Right. So this next one, I'm going to let you do everything.
Okay.
It's all you. It's called Smile.
It's called Smile.
Give you an idea.
It's got my name all over it. This could be super fun. I know you're not going to go. This is the story of a clinical psychologist who has a patient who tells her that she feels she's being pursued by this kind of demonic entity, and she doesn't know what it is, and she can't explain it. This patient winds up committing suicide in front of the doctor, and afterwards, it looks like the doctor herself is maybe being pursued by the same same demonic entity. It basically follows you around if you experience severe trauma, especially kind of seeing somebody else die in front of you. And from there on, it's kind of like a let's try to figure out this mystery to figure out how I don't wind up like my patient. We have Sosie Bacon as the lead in this. You may know her from the HBO miniseries Mayor of Easttown, which was great. She is the daughter of Kevin Bacon and Kira Sedgwick, and it's got some pretty good people in the supporting cast. We have Jesse Usher, and Robin Weigert is a terrific actor, and Kyle Gallner. And it looks creepy as all get out. It's just people grinning at you for no reason, just quietly staring you in the face and smiling. That's why we hate clowns. That's why they're scary.
Won't be smiling at all. That's all you.
I might be grinning. I'll tell you about it later. You don't have to go. It's
well, Mike, I of course appreciate your time here.
A pleasure.
Enjoy. Well, you guys let us know how Smile goes. I'll let you know how Bro goes.
Fair enough. All right.
So yeah, the movies that we don't worry, darling. There's a lot of behind the scenes to that, and of course, the two new movies this week is Bros and Smile. You can read Mike's movie reviews inside the latest Cities Reader on stands everywhere and online at rcreader.com. And for more information on today's movies, you can head over to ourquadcities.com.